say, yeah, I'm fair to Barcelona because I international break. Let's not travel, especially almost South America. Kind of what?
Yeah, I'm person will repeat him.
Okay.
But Osha calendar now. It looks as if you said there isn't any other place I'm competing about.
Samu.
Who's a Copa del Rey semi-final or second legs no? Then the games. I mean, it's true. So Osha games are Barca players now. But and then Joe and Ronaldo Arau. Any Rafinha we drew Barca Chrome on. I think that the video is there on Baby Drew Airport on them. You could tell say almost took one for a very long time. And saw two players now Baby Drew, Ronaldo Arau, any Abrante friend Rafinha. Again, social Barca scored now. Even players no boy over Spain, Pau Kubasi for one. Inya an injury scare. In Tenra, Sauti Hans Data Flick on a pre-match press conference, and he was clear. Say Abrante, you know. Enyadua and the match no best started at best.
Pau Kubasi
back from bench. Yeah, Pau Kubasi were injury issues. Ronaldo Arau out of the game on Mobi. Rafinha out of the game on Mobi. In fact, Hans Dieter Flick was clear. Say ne two centre back pair ne ebebono ebeye Eric Garcia and Abrante Inigo Martinez. The truth of the matter is that so two centre backs be new Mobi omo together this season, and it's going to be the very first time. It's Barca for one agitum. Him say it is going to make the game against Osasuna a little bit more difficult. But when you look at the calendar in itself also, baby and this outstanding match it is difficult to find. So in the ball access our time we because of the Copa del Rey, Champions League, because of league games, because very difficult. So baby are favorable to Barcelona to put that game in the play. And no makes you understand the worries of Barcelona because yes, match in the PCS. So Udin Comono without the Spanish La Liga table now, then you're not doing a proper job. Because so Uko table no so there is Madrid, there is Barcelona. These are the two teams that are on top of the Spanish La Liga table.
After Barcelona and Kobo Osasuna. Then it means that you are telling us say beat Osasuna and win the league. Young clear outstanding match bien free. Sana be ya ku enim no obi anya
obi be game crowd this weekend probably e be a Saturday be and then Sunday. So when the players in the buy no, I'm going to me adwama mo kakra. But we are talking about Barcelona players or the ensure mom call South America for instance. Obedu nra. You say na ombo game. It means that South players in Barcelona will be losing them.
Rich. Sebi. Manu susumina so. Aturenchem na to Barcelona no. Bibi ne si yenti. And now we have to reschedule the game. And we can't reschedule the game at your utmost convenience. Because anya require Bibi to Barcelona. And I'm a game ni yamo. Eti them ne to none of them any or Rafinha in the Barcelona first 11. Ebi mu bo Ferran Torres e wo baby a Rafinha ebono. Ebi mu bo Fermin Lopez e wo baby a Rafinha ebono. E bo Ferran Torres at the position of Lewandowski. Now Rich, no matter what that omoye good enough say obi nya available na obi be shem amana. And Ipakon must be good enough to compete at the Barcelona level. That is the worst of the coach. And Unim there has a flick on this idea. He wants to give belief to play a BO Barcelona team. Because of the shadow, no, and in Kofoko international break, you know. If you have to step in and play for Obia, you have to know, say, me, Omomu Obia go international break. Shezini Eric Garcia, young friend with Spain. Inigo Martinez now when you're injury and so on so one international break. Badi anko international break. Open 51. Barcelona chinimu tanya rich. They can't enter one. I think say and you mark Casado ne pra. And also because one international break no and Kobebo. But Barcelona are forced to play Frankie de Jong any Pedri. Whether they went for international break or not, rich or any other option. But Daniel Omo is being excused for Gavi. Because Gavi saw go international break. Then anyone, Lamine Yamal, Ferran, and Lewandowski, even Lewandowski, second one game at Poland for the boy, you know, he came from the bench. Obebo barely 20-15 minutes because they needed to manage him for some games. So we say, look, we have to play.
Okay.
For Zaragoza, I think say the good news for Barcelona fans and they say Osasuna, they are missing Brian Zaragoza.
Okay.
And a very, very good news because Rich say Brian Zaragoza Jinaho, Garcia Jinaho, na Antibudu Jinaho. Osasuna is a different beast. But without one of them, on attack in the way almost see Tiomuase and the way almost see approaching game and look, Fifi said it right. You look at the La Liga table, Rich, there is no excuse whether a outstanding game or whether a normal game or for any of Barcelona and Real Madrid in particular. Say over 40. I am expecting Barcelona to approach this game with all the seriousness amidst all the difficulties in which baby a win will be our Munjik Stadium. They must find it this evening, and I think that they will be able to do it.
Okay, Yanko, to your next topic.
People pain her. It is not just because boy no air kokeke. Derby. The Trent Alexander-Arnold story here say Obia or epitomizing everything Merseyside and Liverpool. See, I can say Obia true and true. TA a true and true Liverpool player from the academy. In fact, post Gerrard, na me who any Liverpool player from the academy that had really stamped up their feet in terms of Liverpool playing for Liverpool and being successful. But Trent Alexander-Arnold seems to have done that and more. Which okay, corner taking quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
Barcelona for that was Trent Alexander-Arnold. Ultimately, boss some set piece be dead ball situations. Trent Alexander-Arnold, as a player, somebody who stands up as a Liverpool, Trent Alexander-Arnold. To the extent that Sobeka, at the tail end of Jurgen Klopp air corner, there was the captaincy situation that should have been sorted. A Klopp Emma Virgil as the number one captain of Liverpool. But Omar Trent is one of the captains because he's Obi or embody Liverpool for new man. Say Uko back now kind of story of how Michael Edwards at the time was any Ian Graham started a rebuild of Liverpool. Scouting players like Salah, scouting Alisson, scouting Virgil van Dijk, bringing them all together. In there, Ian Graham tells a story of how there was a boy they had to build around and already, or no Molly Wulorum, already in a building. So, in all of that, there has been a certain Trent Alexander-Arnold. And I want to keep on referencing that advert on Adidas for year. He said, I have been here since age 5. I think in England right now. The only other person that rival Trent Alexander-Arnold has been at a club for a long time, Rhys James. I think Rhys James near 6 years. And at Trent, 5 years. And hugely successful. Hugely successful. Waji Champions League maybe. Waji League maybe, yes, or during COVID. Or be person be Jini be see our fans meeting about be. And it's the decision of Trent Alexander-Arnold to leave Liverpool. And yet January same year. And maybe the I say you wait for Peko and Biso to stop Madrid in getting players for free. And not just Madrid and Kwa. Some players for free. No. It happens a lot of the time. Antonio Rudiger for free. David Alaba for free. Kylian Mbappe for free. Exactly. Trent Alexander-Arnold for free. And you see, Rich, Liverpool are taking Trent Alexander-Arnold for the age of 5, like I'm telling you. And they will blossom me. You do January. Now Madrid phone add to crumbs of bread. And you go soon any. I can tell Liverpool phone and say, oh, you bet me I'm 30 million. You won't pay. I'm going to treat Liverpool phone.
No, sir, because of our brand and the contract.
Yes, I understand.
The contract can't keep nice fight.
No,
the player on the contract is for
you see, Rich, Obian, yes, argument, no. Baby, lame argument. I know Trent's contract. But I'm saying that still, The modus operandi of Madrid. Madrid modus operandi, no. Didn't you see the story of Alphonso Davies? Your quality now contracted and then they will tap you up, they will start a conversation. We know how long it took for Kylian to turn Mbappe. At some point, Nhyira say, oh, Mbappe is staying at Paris Saint-Germain. But it was a ploy from El Presidente. Yantu ya was a kakra. Or the money extended. Or extending a career across nation, you're betting for free.
Oh, yeah.
And so we Liverpool ni, and most of the times, maybe I hope that as we go forward, FIFA will look at those contractual issues again and then find ways to get clubs, something small. So they won't lose boys like this just for nothing. And sometimes a little bit worrying for them. But again, you will give a lot of credit to Madrid for it. But again, a sinister move, and I love it. All those say a sinister move. Rich, Trent is not going to Madrid because Okobo just as a right back. In terms of right back position in the world, he is up there with the best. Undisputed. And until say Rhys James makes me a full season with little to no injuries, people should stop talking about how good he is than Trent Alexander-Arnold. It doesn't hold water. And what did he say? Dani Carvajal is almost at the twilight of the career. Then if that's the case, let's bring in somebody as diminutive as Dani Carvajal, but different style of play, different contribution to how we play. Which only says is here, Madrid anymore with Vinicius Jr., Mbappe, Rodrigo Goes, and Brent and Jude Bellingham. We are one of the best transitional teams I've been here. We have said several times that Madrid have lost the deep line playmaking ability of Abrante and Toni Kroos. In recent games, Carlo Ancelotti has tried to augment Sadio with a box-to-box job of Abrante and friend Dani Ceballos. Okay. Which the reason here, Omode, Trent Alexander out Elba team looks like it is clear-cut simple. Umbra right back on him. Now, onion build up, no come on. Onion the playmaking from there. Oh, you see the wide range of pass, Say Obaba attacking Madrid, baby. That's a born cut Trent in South Honma. He can go in for a 20-yarder, 30-yarder crossfield into the part of Vinicius Jr. and then you are going to be in trouble over there. Liverpool for it there because of a darling boy Echo, and they are not getting anything away from it. But for Madrid, it is one of those moves over and over again in getting one of the world's best talents. And you can't tell me say Jude Bellingham did not play a part in convincing Abrante and Trent Alexander-Arnold. He was there, played a part, and then he's going to be a Madrid player very soon.
Also, Bremen, your last topic now. In your money, common.
Is you rich? It would be for argument's sake. Argument. O catch the football fans say Real Madrid and Barcelona are the biggest clubs we are seeing. But they see their guys running to go and play for those clubs. Gulembaleg say Trent any Nhyira or managing from close source. Akada actually now for say, look, Onya Real Madrid and us Obabo. And today, Real Madrid Naba, and there is no way Brandon is going to turn that deal down. Liverpool at the contract extensions, Bebre, Ako Trent was here on signing. And the information say he has taken a decision. Say, about season where we are, he's leaving Liverpool and he's joining Tima. Real Madrid. Rich, say, oh, you're Liverpool fan. You will be hurt. You will be hurt simply because we are talking about a true and true Liverpool boy. True and true Liverpool boy. And Enra, I read a Liverpool fan or you can say Trent on Fantoni Trimu say Liverpool Trent ti omudi amani nyina. The wayama Liverpool nyina. The way Liverpool enhu as a legend and in a legacy nyina no. So one sign contract extension. Now or call Real Madrid for free. Sika no Trent ebeje gu ni bottom as a signing on fee no. How much no Trent no etia
Liverpool for a car.
Fantastic.
And it's true.
That is how they see him.
Me feel say na car branch or extend it. Now Liverpool nya bibi kakra nonko. If you want to go.
You see? Do you have information say? Sir Trent extending the contract. How much Liverpool will be ready to bargain for no? Real Madrid. Because Rich, we are talking about in the last 5-6 years, one of the best right backs yes. Sir Trent YouTube no extending the contract to Liverpool say Kim. Rich, they are not going to give him less than 5 years. So if they even give him 3 years, now Liverpool will try the driving seats of the negotiation in this one. Rich, who you say about Real Madrid? Oh, yeah, English, don't forget. Yeah. And you know how the English omu players. And we are not Real Madrid and back. And Trent, yes, Trent don't want to put himself in that situation where my dream club maybe some call after my contract extension. Ama decision every me some akodi club in some. And look, let me tell you something. Once you through a true Liverpool boy, you know, Rich, so I extend the contract. In good faith, he's then saying, I want to stay. Onyaka say, okay, my job to my extending the contract. That is what you are communicating. Say, oh, then you will stay. Rich, a dear Rebecca Trent. And yes, Liverpool at the time of Liverpool and Yadio. Liverpool are going to win the EPL. And today, Rebecca Trent, all but for a Liverpool team that is doing so well. Yes, the contract extension offer. Episode motor salary money bibia. Say chin time. Maybe some call Real Madrid, but on him. Rich, Real Madrid no be so bad. Me yam si shebe kakra man. Unim di idea. Rich. E wo mse na nsen Kabaha prepra. E wo mse Kabaha e di 33 years. Real Madrid for Trent nyina and say they see him as the future right back of team friend Real Madrid. But Rich, the term future, a relative, and how many years? Because Miminu say Kavaha Hotor, not say, are you fit to player? Not even on return from the Spanish national team. By virtue, say he is the best right back in Spain. He will play for Real Madrid and an extension of stay fit for Spain and will work up. It is a Trent to Real Madrid. Rich, or TS say Real Madrid now or quiet second to Kavaha and wait for Kavaha to leave Real Madrid as an over and answer day. I want to mean TS, because you are number one through and through Liverpool. You are going to get yourself into a situation. For instance, say a Christian Jude against Real Madrid and the bra. Rich Jude Orban. Now you prepared the place now, and he is playing. Jude in Real Madrid have to tweak or formation just to adopt him in the team. Will Real Madrid do that for Trent? Rich,
you bench him.
Rich. Unim se Kavaha.
Knowing very well as Brandon and no feedy.
Unim se Kavaha. Say Uyi Luka Modric freewa. Kavaha can play no magi 6 Champions League. Real Madrid. Sure. He has been there for a very, very long time. And Rich, young flag grown to chain. Kavaha at 33. Trent at 28. So I say Opobia. Omunina fit, Omunina okay to player. Opobi the national Real Madrid team anymore. Rich, no coach, even Spanish football politics will not allow you to play Trent ahead of Danny Carvajal if he is fit and he's ready to play. And you know, that is the only place and my major dream and Trent in Rich Okwa na Carvajal ba na Okwa Danny bench player or Real Madrid. Obe de we are English media de be gunu so. Sisi ade omo tete no omo hwe no.
Like is Okwa.
Obekọ ba ukọ na uka kire say oh ujiri say o feature is with the Spanish league and they are losing you, they will not say anything, but one ko to ayi papam situation papam na o lose position na for what bench this one your own people will turn against you. And I know say here be
be on my chlorine be example there.
Okay. Also, I want to show Natalie. Who's that video?
Oh, my, who's that now? Show be crazy.
Believe
your last topic, kakra, we had a kakra, we na, if ya, Yamfa and Refi.